Hey man, how you doing? Saturday, October, what is it, 19th, 2024. Yeah, it's a beautiful day, man. Just out here doing some cleaning up around the crib, doing some weed whacking around the fence row and whatnot. Came over here to clean this up. And yesterday when I made that video about Penny bringing me that mouse to cheer me up and whatnot, yeah, there's a couple minutes thereafter, seeing as how I wasn't going to eat the mouse, Penny decided she was going to inhale that thing. About 2 minutes after that, I hear bark, 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 and man, the thing looked like it'd been through a meat grinder. So yeah, it went in and it went out, and then she got up on the chair next to me and took herself a little after puke nap. And then today I'm cleaning up the spot right here I'm about to show you, and it brought back a memory. And this is my boy Maxwell. I buried him in 2002. He was a super good boy. Maxwell was a tiger tabby also. Looked almost just like Penny. He was a big boy. And I didn't raise him from a kitten, nor did he just show up one day. He actually was 26 miles from here at my late mother's house. And he showed up at her house one day. He was living underneath her deck. And well, the story goes, as she told me, that because my mom was an avid gardener and whatnot, landscaping and so on and so forth. And he'd come out every day when she'd come outside with her coffee and rub up on her and stuff and meow at her and shit. Followed her all around the property. She had 15 acres and he followed her everywhere. And she called him her helper. Well, so she wasn't really a cat person, and you know, she was a major animal lover. I mean, growing up, I had all kind of pets, man. I had a pet raccoon, squirrel, chipmunk, all kind of stuff, man. And so she calls me up one day. She goes that she had this cat and told me the whole story and everything. She goes, "You need a really good barn cat out there." And I was like, "Ma, I don't want any more cats and whatnot." And she said, "Oh yeah, you really need it. He's a really good cat and he follows me everywhere and this and that and everything." I'm like, "Well then why don't you keep him? Goodness gracious, don't you see?" No, anyways, so I ended up bringing him back here, and he was with me for a few years until I was out horsing around. One day, I believe I was up north riding jet skis on Lake Michigan with my buddy that lived up there, and my then wife called me up and said something's wrong with Maxwell. So she took him to the vet, and well, anyways, he had something going on with his urinary tract and something, and he ended up he put him to sleep, the vet did. And then when I got back home, you know, I went down there and got him and built him a little coffin and had him a little tombstone made and all that stuff. I was an unsaved person at that point. I was still an evil, wicked man, married to a evil, wicked woman who ironically now is a bona fide witch. True story. And here I am now, a saved man, wishing that I could go back in time and give this boy an even better life than I gave him then. Know what I'm saying? With the knowledge that I have now, I mean, dude, this is 2002. It's now 2024, right? The things we learn in time. I didn't know to feed him wet food. You know, he was eating. This cat would stack up mice. This boy right here. He would stack up mice at the door to the barn right there. Big barn, mind you. That's 50 by 100 with a 16-foot ceiling in it. And he had a heated water bowl, and I fed him whatever kind of cat food I could get, dry kibble. But I didn't know. You know, I didn't know any better. I wasn't much of a good caretaker. And I'm very remorseful and have a lot of regret to that. But he was a great cat, man. Everything he did was to please me. He wasn't some feral cat from somewhere. He wasn't wild or nothing. He was definitely somebody's cat. And picked my mom and then brought him over here, and he was good to me. This guy right here. So what the hell's my point? Well, here I am, 57 years old, man. And over these years, if there's anything that I can gather from this to try my best to convey to people, and now being a saved man with a whole entirely different outlook and insight and perspective and so forth, I gotta tell you, man, in all truth and honesty, that when an animal comes to you and seemingly feels like it's chosen you, that's a gift from God. That animal was led to you to be your caretaker and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? To be a companion to you and for you to be a companion to it. Complementary of one another. Do you see that? You see what I'm saying? Don't take that for granted, man. You never know when you're going to be in the company of angels. You know, I see videos go through my feed, both in YouTube Shorts and Facebook and Instagram and whatnot, all the time. Those damn animals in distress videos. Oh, they kill me. I think what equally kills me as much as the amount of people that monetize off of that shit. Yeah, I can see right through it. You know, of all those animals, man, the fact remains is that every one of these little gifts of God, these little angels, they do need a home. They need love and affection and attention. And in return, they'll give it to you. You know, sometimes they'll make you a better person. They'll teach you patience and compassion and empathy and all that stuff that we as human beings, we start out with it, and then we lose it as we get older. And then as we get older, we gain it back and think backwards from there, retracing our lives and realizing that we fucked up. I'm trying to keep you from fucking up. I'm trying to encourage you to see the forest through the trees, man. And to bring in an animal, man. Help these guys. Dog, cat, whatever. If it's put in your path, then take it on. Take the responsibility. You'd be surprised. I'm not saying go out and get an animal or a pet just to make yourself feel better. You got to do it for the right reasons. But generally, it's when you're not looking, not actively seeking, or don't even want nothing to do with it, is when it happens. I just want you to be aware that in that moment in time, here's your assignment. As a child of living God, what are you going to do? I mean, I do get it. They were made to live in the wild. I get it. But dogs and cats were created explicitly and expressly to be our companions for guarding our food supply and our cattle, keeping the vermin down, keeping away predators and shit like that. We have gotten a little bit crazy over the years with how we treat them. I get it. And I'm sorry to be a little bit preachy. I am still grieving over the loss of Mitzi. You know, and then Penny does what she does, and then I start remembering Maxwell, and it sends me into a tailspin once again. Good Lord. But you know, as you got these little epiphanies or whatever the hell they are, it seems like a good enough moment and a justifiable moment to share with other people in case they haven't got the memo. It's not always an easy assignment, especially not with cats. I mean, they can wreck your shit. Yep. Ask me how I know. But they can also fill your heart. And you can fill theirs as well. Anyways, I'll get off my soapbox. Gotta get back to getting shit done. Got a birthday party to go to. It's just over there next door, so ain't no big deal. Again, I'm tired of making the depressing videos, and I do apologize for it. And like I said, it's as things come up, I figure it's time to share, And even when I'm grieving, look, I ain't afraid to fucking cry on camera. I'm a grown ass man. I'm not no tough guy. I mean, and I know it's kind of, I don't know, stupid. On the other hand, don't show your weak side, whatever. But as I learn things and gain more understanding and realization, I just want to share it. And I am still grieving, and it sucks. It's not something that's new to me. I've got many, many critters buried on this property, and every single time has sucked. I'll get through it just like I have all the others, but I do have all the memories also. And so I just wanted to share Max's memory because Penny triggered it today. I just found the irony in all of it, Penny bringing me that mouse, trying to make me feel better, and then I'm out there weed whacking Maxwell's grave, and got me thinking about him and how he did the same thing that she did for me yesterday, always trying to please me. And, it gets me all jerked up, realizing that how much I've taken for granted over this life. And even when you think you're not taking someone or something for granted, you are. And it's just like, good Lord, where does that stop? I don't have the answer for it. So, anyways, thanks for hanging out with me, man. Hope you have a great day. Till next time. See ya.